Yo,
What's up?
welcome to
Welcome.
Roly's Retro Room. I'm actually in the retro room.
It looks spectacular, I must say. I
It's
am in
it's
awe every time I see it.
it's definitely glowing in here. Luckily, I can only show you. I'm showing you the nice parts. You don't see the, the bad parts. Everything
Um,
around. I have like VHSs all over like my sofa and stuff like that. But
Speaking of VHSs, I hear you got quite a nice bundle recently.
I got from one lady her daughter's whole collection, and she was just like $30. Whoever wants it
Nice.
takes it. Facebook Marketplace, and I saw it. I was like, there were some bangers in there that I wanted, and for the business, so I was like, all right, cool. There's all the Disney, like all the Disney bangers were there.
Yeah.
They were super clean, but then like, do I have them here? Yeah, these three, my like I was like, all right, these are for me. I didn't even think about getting this movie for the collection until I saw it. So she had The Mummy Returns, and this thing is like super clean.
Yeah, I see. It looked like it came straight from Blockbuster.
The original Mummy,
Wow.
and then like this thing is like super. I'm like, yo, these things
Seriously, that looked like
these
you
are
just opened it from the 90s.
yeah. So,
Incredible. Incredible.
but yeah, man, it was a good find. Definitely a good find. $30, and I got a VCR. She gave me a VCR with the like the remote and everything. So,
Nice.
but today, real quick, this is the first one we're doing. This is kind of gonna be the format going forward. You're down in Miami. I'm up here in South
Yeah,
Carolina. Doesn't stop us from talking
absolutely.
about things
So,
from our past. So, for those who don't know, this podcast is basically to transport you back to your retro days. Now, here's a funny thing: everybody's nostalgic experience is different. My nostalgia is linked to my era. And the crazy thing is, like, I remember I was talking to my son, his like nostalgic, his like retro is like the Game Boy DS, the Nintendo DS, and like the Wii. He's like, yeah, those are my retro systems. I'm like, bro, are you kidding me?
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we're here. We're gonna talk about 80s, 90s, early 2000s, movies, video games, uh, just about everything. Experiences. We were just talking
Yeah.
about
Childhood experiences.
pencil sharpening thing.
Oh, yeah.
You
That's
had to
right.
sharpen you had to go sharpen a pencil like in class, and like your buddy sees you like, oh crap, let me go up there and like sharpen my
Exactly.
pencil so I can
And it
talk to
was like the
people.
worst pencil sharpener that
Oh
you
yeah,
can imagine.
from
It
like the
would just make
50s.
this the worst. Yeah,
It was just bad.
it was
But
bad.
today we are
Yeah.
going to dive into, I want to say, the three eras of or the three like categories of Nickelodeon. Real
Yeah.
quick, this is gonna be a quick one because it is 2 o'clock in the morning, and we've been figuring out
Yes.
this thing for almost a whole day. But
But
so
we're here.
yeah, Nickelodeon was split up into about actually four categories, but we're talking about three. The four
Yeah.
categories were Nick Jr., then you got Teen Nick,
Yeah.
then you had Snick,
That's right.
and then after all that was said and done, when Nickelodeon would go off, it was Nick at Night. But we'll do Nick at Night another day because
Yeah.
Nick at Night was its own thing. Like I remember I got into a lot of shows that were way before my time because of Nick at Night, like Get
Right.
Smart,
Absolutely.
The Addams Family, and stuff like that.
Yeah. All those '60s movies, and I think that's it took us back to our parents' nostalgia.
Yeah,
Watching Nick
exactly.
at Night.
Like my mom would be like, Why do you even know about Get Smart? Why do you know about the phone, the shoe thing? Like that was before your time." I'm like, it's on TV. Like
Yeah.
once my programming goes out, it's the stuff that I guess you watched.
Exactly. Andy
But
Griffith. I'm like in the '50s. I'm like, all right, that's what they're
yeah.
showing. I guess that's it.
So to start, they would do. So we didn't have a channel for kids at all time
No,
in the early
no,
90s.
definitely not. No.
Nickelodeon was on up until, like we said, I believe from like 6 a.m. to about 8 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock it'll turn to Nick at Night.
Yeah.
And then on Saturdays we were given Nickelodeon till 10 o'clock with
Yeah.
the 2-hour block of Snick. And
Mhm.
Snick was great. I loved
It was,
Snick. Snick was just a great experience. They gave us new shows. It ran later, and then
Yeah.
they gave us the final closing of Snick with possibly one of their greatest shows. And we'll talk about that when we get to the end.
Yeah.
But basically, had what? Like during the day, you had Nick Jr. And
Yeah, at the days, especially during the weekdays, you had like you had Nick Jr. You had, you know, you had. I think it was for preschools, like growing up. I think I think 1992, we were like the babies growing up. You got the Muppet Babies. You got, I think that's, well, actually, no, I stand corrected. You actually stand corrected. It wasn't
yeah,
Muppet Babies.
Muppet
Muppet
Babies
Babies
wasn't
was
on there.
not, for some reason, it's just ingrained in my head. I'm like, why is it that I thought it was on Nick Jr.? It was on Nick Jr. It was like
No,
Gullah Gullah
so
Island.
yeah, Nick Jr. had a programming set up for kids who weren't in school. So whenever you faked sick or you actually were sick, you had Nick Jr. So yeah, you had, like you said, you had Gullah Gullah Island, you had Eureka's Castle, Allegra's Window, Blue's Clues. I believe David the Gnome, which I looked it up and it's not anywhere listed, but I know I saw David the Gnome on Nick Jr. What else was there on Nick Jr.?
I think those are the main ones that I remember growing up, because I think, granted, that's when by the time Nick Jr. at least was coming around, we were already in school, and the only time we watched it, it was
when we
were sick.
There's either no school, you were sick, or you fake sick. It's like, all right, cool. What can I watch? No Netflix, no on demand.
No.
It was either your VHSs or, all right, throw on Nick Jr. and let it ride.
Yeah, Nick Jr. Exactly.
For the most part, some of those shows, even though you're like in second, third grade, it was still enjoyable. I thought Eureka's Castle was awesome. I enjoyed it. I remember Eureka's Castle had this thing with Pizza Hut. I believe it was Pizza Hut. So Pizza Hut didn't do like Happy Meals, but they had like exclusive toys. And they had these puppets, and if you bought your personal pan or whatever for the kid, you could get like a puppet from the show. And I remember like the one I really wanted, the Magellan, the dragon, and I got it. And I was just like, this is crazy. Mind you, it was like rubber. It was stank. Like if it got hot, this thing was stank. And
don't leave it in the car.
Yeah, we were in Miami, so like it doesn't matter what time of day, it's hot, and nothing got like it smelled just bad.
I'm sure.
But Eureka's Castle was dope. And I remember like a little bit later when Gullah Gullah Island came on, like that song was just like, it was catchy. It was very
catchy. Very catchy.
The Big Frog. And dude, it was kind of trippy if you think about it. They had like these educational things, like the kids went off to somewhere. They went somewhere with the kids and stuff like that. And it was like, butterflies and insects and all the kind of insects. But then you had this big yellow toad just there with you, and he's just like, yo, this
hanging around.
And I'm here thinking, yo, is this like a fever dream? Did somebody lick this frog?
Or an acid trip? You're like, just like, what? Who came up with this? But it somehow
still great programming. And I think if I saw correctly on not Netflix, on YouTube, like, you know how everything they try to make like a dark version, or maybe it had like a dark meaning. I think I saw they're like, oh, they're gonna do like a reboot where the kid on the show was older. And he's like, oh, this is what really happened on Gullah Gullah Island. It's like, why, bro? Why is it?
Why are you gonna ruin that? Why?
No,
everybody has to have a
dark. Guys are just happy on an island, chilling with your frog.
It was our childhood. Just leave it in our childhood. Leave it the way it is. You don't have to make it dark. It was a happy time. You know, not everything needs to have a horror movie. Okay, let's just put that out there.
Let's not forget the host of Nick Jr. Do you remember who the host of Nick Jr. was?
You're gonna have to refresh my mind, right? See, I didn't even know there was a host. That's crazy that you remember that.
The person or the entity that hosted Nick Jr. was this super high pitched voiced AI, I guess, of called Face. Do you remember Face?
Yeah,
I remember. Welcome to Nick Jr.
it was just a face and that filled up
It
the
would just
entire
take the
screen.
whole screen. Yeah, and it'd be like different colors and stuff like
Yes,
that.
you have just unlocked a core memory. I couldn't believe that you just
Face would come
unlocked
on
that.
and he's like, and now next is Blue's Clues, brr, 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 and that's it.
Yeah.
It'll be Blue's Clues on
And
there.
that's it. And he would, like, transfer over the next show. I remember Face.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember Face.
And then
Oh
Blue's
my
Clues
god.
was again,
Who could have
remember
forgotten?
so Blue's Clues came out, it did its thing, it was very popular, very successful. And then what happens? Everyone has to go dark and stuff like that. And there's all these rumors that Steve was like a crackhead or he killed himself. And it's just like,
We should go down the rumors of what Steve was, because obviously on the show he says, "I'm off to college."
yeah.
I'm like,
And I
and
think he actually went to college.
he did, but there was a rumor that he started like a heavy metal rock band. I think
which
was one of the rumors.
I think he was in a rock band.
He was in a rock
Um
band. Okay.
Yeah, but just the dark stuff that the show was depressing him and he couldn't handle it anymore. And then I think there's parodies on YouTube where it's just like the dark side of Blue's Clues. Here we fucking
Of
go
course there
again. There
is.
has to be a
There we
fucking
go.
dark side.
There has to be
Granted,
that.
I'm not gonna take away that it's possible because we have seen recently certain documentaries about Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
like young child
Especially
actors
Nickelodeon. We can't talk about it, especially,
having some dark
especially.
stuff happen. But like these were obviously like things made that they were just like, what
Yeah.
if Blue's Clues was a dark situation? But man, I'll tell you, that Blue's Clues, that shit was catchy. That
It
shit had me.
was. It was.
I know all the fucking songs.
I think I could do. I don't know. I used to be able to do it. I could do Blue's voice pretty well. The I think that was about
Bro,
as close
I
as I get.
don't. I think my cousins were of age for the show, and they had the notebook with the fucking
Oh,
pencil,
nice.
and I was just like, why do I want that? Like, I want it.
Everybody wanted. I think everybody wanted it because it like made you believe that you can draw these like pretty great pictures
Yeah.
that Steve did. I'm like, well, that was actually
And,
a pretty good picture that he did.
and to this day, like I get a lot of packages now in the mail and in fucking from Amazon and stuff like that. Every day something's coming in, and I'll randomly fucking sing the Blues Clues song. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail when it comes. I want to wail.
Yeah. Oh my
But
god, that's right. And they did a little dance and stuff. So yeah,
it's
that
just,
was some good times.
and then watching that stuff. I think Dora's show does that now, where they talk to you, like they talk to the
Yeah.
viewer. But like I remember, like I was a little bit older already, so I'm just like, he's like, "Do you guys see Blue? Where is she?" And you're just like, they're like, "It's fucking right behind you, bro. Like, how do you fucking not? She's right there, dude. Like, come on." And it's like,
Yeah.
"Did you hear that? I hear something weird." And it's like a fucking pipe dripping water.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
what is that? I don't know what it is. And then he gets like really close to the.
Yeah.
Do you see it? Can you hear that? And it's like,
It's like,
dude, like, are you tripping? Are you on something?
yeah, exactly.
Did you
on
not hear
something?
it?
But then you think it's like, oh yeah, the kids have to get him. Okay, I see why
Right.
they're. I do.
And
Oh, I think we were in middle school by then. By the time I think because it was '96, I think
Yeah,
Blue's Clues gonna come
I
out.
was sixth grade.
Yeah,
1996, I was in
easily.
sixth grade.
But we're still watching it. That's the
Yeah,
funny part.
because again, there's nothing to watch while you're home. There's nothing for us to watch unless you had like some tapes or something like that.
For sure.
So, but it was, I mean, Nick Jr. was, I thought like it gave us something to watch. It was entertaining at the time. Again, we had no Netflix. If you didn't have a pile of awesome VHSs or stuff recorded, that's where you were
Forget
watching.
it.
You were waiting for, I believe it was 2:00 is when the stuff that was like catered to
That we
us
wanted to watch.
would
Yeah,
come on.
for sure.
And I remember once 2:00 would roll around, I would switch over. Like whatever, I think Nickelodeon's lineup in the afternoon wasn't as strong as like I think at the time it was 33 and 39, WB and
Yeah.
UPN.
Yeah, we would switch over.
And I would switch over, and it was Mighty Max and Sailor Moon that would start like the afternoon off
For sure.
during those times. And
Yeah.
super into Sailor Moon and Mighty Max. I literally just started collecting the Mighty Max sets.
Nice.
Like I showed you a picture, you're like, "Whoa, what is that?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Bro, it's Mighty Max." And you're like, "Oh yeah, I saw the cartoon." I'm like, "You never had?" To be honest, I never had them because
Yeah.
when this stuff was coming out, and not for anything, I think our generation, like once you were past like 11, I think, or 12.
Mhm.
Like you couldn't be seen playing with little kid stuff.
No, no way. No way.
So,
You better
but
be
the
playing with sports or something like that.
yeah, it's just and like the stigma around like, oh, you're 12 and you're still playing with toys. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be
Yeah.
doing that. But anyways, I digress. Then
Yes.
now you
Now
move
we go
forward.
into
Nick Jr. goes to like the teen, like before, like right, the older kids and the teen Nick stuff,
yeah,
and that now there we had some premium
we had
stuff
some
going on.
bangers.
We had
Yeah,
some
we did.
the
And we figure out
Nicktoons.
we got the Nicktoons, and let me tell you, those Nicktoons are now a work of art because you look back on it, and those creators did something like I was like, wow, this is incredible. We never got it, especially like the Ren and Stimpy's and
Ren and
but we
Stimpy. I I still to this day don't know how Ren and Stimpy got on Nickelodeon and they put it for
I,
kids.
I think when we saw the documentary, it's just you see, and it's just like they don't even know how they got it on there.
Cause dude, like so Rugrats, I get. Rugrats, completely
Makes
understandable.
sense.
Doug,
Yeah,
excellent. Love
excellent.
Doug. Shout out
The
to our boy
writing,
Camilo, who we call
that's
Doug. He
right.
looks like Doug.
Yeah, he looks like Doug. Yeah, but yeah, he definitely looked like Doug. Hey
Um,
guys, and Skeeter.
Rugrats, Rugrats, Doug, and then Ren and
Rocco's Modern
Stimpy.
Life.
Well,
Rocco's
that one
Modern Life.
came later.
That one came
Rocco
later
didn't come out
along.
with the initial release of the
No, it
Nicktoons.
didn't. No, it definitely didn't. It
Then
definitely didn't.
Ren and Stimpy comes out, and I'm just like, it's a
Yep.
Chihuahua and a cat. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. And I'm there watching it, and like I think one of the first few episodes was the Happy Happy Joy Joy
Yeah.
episode
Yeah.
where they're
Yeah.
playing the record, and he also has that thing that kind of like brainwashes him.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I'm like, what are we? What's going on right now? Like, and I was in it. I was singing the song. I believe one of my friends got like the tape, the Ren and Stimpy like soundtrack, and that was like track one. And we
Yeah.
were playing it, and there was another. Oh, Log. They had a song about
Log.
log. It's
Log. Okay, I
log,
forgot. Yeah, I guess
log. It's
log.
big.
Yeah.
It's better. It's wood. And I was just, yo, this show is an acid trip.
That show is an acid trip, and I'll never forget the powdered toast man
Powdered toastman that flies backwards,
that flies
and you
backwards
have to get
and
on his ass. You're
yes,
riding his
hang
ass.
on. You're riding and hanging on to his ass. I'll
And do you
never forget. I'm
remember
like,
the art on that show? It had like 3 levels of art. It was the regular animation, then you
yeah,
had like the still, which was like
yeah.
more in depth and more shadows, and then I gave you like then there's the third one was like an HD version of whatever you were looking at, and it was like the grossest
The
image.
grossest thing.
The gr
Anything
Like, the teeth
disgusting.
were all bagged up. There's,
Yeah,
like, boogers coming out, and I'm just like, "Oh, okay." Like, I remember there was like, an old man, the Tooth Fairy, that's what it was.
yeah,
The
yeah. I
Tooth
remember that
Fairy
the
was an
Tooth Fairy
old
episode.
dude that reminds me of, the dude from Family Guy. What was his name? Um, anyways, I remember seeing the
The
Tooth
old
Fairy thing.
man.
Yeah, the old man from remember the old
Yeah,
man from Family Guy?
Family Guy. Yeah, yeah. I remember him. Yeah, yeah,
So
for sure. The
the dude,
pedophile.
the pet, right? The pet,
Yeah,
the Tooth Fairy in Ren and Stimpy was kind of like that. He would like walk into your
yeah.
house, look like an old dude in a tutu, and I remember like he would like take the gums or like the nerve endings and put them like
It
on the
was
back of his neck,
it
and then
was
they gave a
so
close
hard,
up.
bro.
It was just
It
it was
was
just
so
weird,
bizarre.
but we loved it. Like
We
it was like,
loved it.
oh, Ren and Stimpy's on. Let's go, let's go. And I
Yeah,
don't know how many times like Stimpy, you idiot.
yeah. Oh
I
my
was saying
god.
that to my friends. I was like, "You idiot!"
Yep.
But it's just that kind of cartoons. They were just like it was new because a lot of Nickelodeon's I think cartoons at the times were like just like reruns of other shows that had came out earlier.
Yeah.
But then this was
Herbert.
their
Herbert was the guy
Herbert
from
the
Family Guy.
pervert. Herbert the
Herbert
pervert.
the pervert. That's right. Herbert the pervert is the guy from Family Guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it definitely reminded me of the Tooth Fairy for sure.
yeah.
But I think if you look back on Family Guy, if you look back on South Park, if you look back, I think it has to give like credit to Ren and Stimpy.
Oh,
Like it,
yeah.
like I think Ren and Stimpy for me is like what started.
Directional wise, storytelling wise,
Yeah,
even though if I remember correctly, Ren Stimpy was they did like 2 episodes, like 2 like stories per episode.
Yeah.
So you get like a 12-minute first episode, and it's like you get your title screen, and it's like something
Yeah.
crazy is happening in the episode. Or
And I think
most of them,
they
yeah,
all
most
yeah,
of them
most
did.
of it, I think, but I think it was Ren and Stimpy that like did that first. You would get always a title card and then
Yeah,
the episode and
yeah,
then
because I don't think Doug did that. I think Doug was straight up
a
an
whole
episode.
straight
Yeah,
up exactly. And yeah, let's talk about Doug. Doug was, I mean, and I'm talking about the Nickelodeon version,
yeah, not the ABC one. Yeah, we're
not
talking
the
about
ABC one.
Nickelodeon.
The
Yeah,
Nickelodeon version for me is the best version. It's the only version for me.
Doug
I mean, it made
was.
with me write a journal. Like I
I
was like, I want to
I
write a journal now.
I feel like all of us were watching it, and like Doug has nothing crazy going on in it. I mean, Doug
No,
literally was like, what's every boy going through right now?
yeah,
You
pretty
like a
much.
girl.
Let's take it at face value.
There's a girl who like you like, and you obviously think that you're like out of her league, and you're
Mhm.
never gonna get her. She's the most popular girl that everyone likes, Patty Mayonnaise. Your best friend is fucking weirdo.
Yeah,
That's just like all over the place, but he's your best friend. And I think we
yeah,
all had a best friend, or we were the best friend.
yeah, exactly.
Then you had the bully, Roger, which
Roger.
he was not rich in the one that we watched, right? Because I think I remember he won the lottery and was rich in the newer one.
In part, yeah, he was considered. I guess we're trying to say that he was like trailer trash without saying that he was trailer trash, but he was definitely like the poorer side of the family, and he was like a misunderstood bully. I think. I
Yeah.
mean, he had his moments, and stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
remember there was times where like they gave him like a soft side, and like Doug was very understanding. Which I'm sorry,
Yeah,
bro. I mean, that was probably the least relatable part. And I know the lessons they were trying to convey, but it's like,
yeah,
no, bro. This guy who's been picking on me for the last like 2 years, yo, fuck this guy. No, get
yeah.
embarrassed,
Especially,
bitch.
especially from Miami for sure.
Yeah,
So, but I remember there were some great episodes. I mean, I remember the first time he kissed Patty or held hands with Patty Mayonnaise and
and
all
you were just
stuff.
like, yes, one of us
Yeah,
won. One of us did it.
exactly. We
And like, I
did it.
can't wait for that. I can't wait for my moment when I can grab my Patty Mayonnaise's hand, which
Exactly.
it'll be another story, but I got my
Yeah.
Patty Mayonnaise when I was in high school. But moving on.
Yeah.
And you can't talk Doug without talking about the music.
Oh,
The
no, for
music
sure.
in Doug was fire.
Yeah, it
It was
was. Oh,
so fire. Banging on a street light,
oh, yeah,
Killer Tofu.
the beats, like, they were the homage
Dude.
to the Beatles. It was great. And, of course, like, I think when they started remember the episode where they tried to start a band?
Yes.
And, of course, like, the rich girl, I forgot her name. What was her name? BB? BB. I think
Yeah.
her name was.
She was
Like,
so
they
annoying.
like, "You gotta make everything big. Make it big." I'm like, I'll never forget. It was banging on a and they're like, "You
Banging
gotta make
on
it
a
bigger."
street light,
Like yeah,
banging on a
exactly.
trash can. And
Yep.
then I to this day I'll be walking around the house. Oh, we
Go.
oh, killer tofu.
I mean, it's just so stupid. It was, oh my god, but it was so good. It really was.
Yeah.
I mean, even the intro song was
Oh, to this day,
just fire.
a banger. I mean, most of
Yeah.
those were bangers. Fucking the Rugrats. The
Oh yeah.
Rugrats intro song. It's such a perfect like. How did you capture? I mean, granted, as a music composer, or whatever, I'm sure you know, but like it. That's if you could hear that song with your eyes closed, it sounds like babies.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
that's what how babies like just those are baby like music tones.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, that thing was so great, so great. But then the crazy thing, I feel as a kid you don't catch on to this. As a teenager, I was just like, yo, at the end of the intro song, while we get squirted with milk onto the screen to tell us the creators and the producers, that was a money shot.
Yeah.
That milk squirt to the screen, that's a money shot, bro.
Yeah, I think that's one of the darker sides of Nickelodeon there.
But
Oh, buddy. Yeah, like,
dude,
it was
that
definitely
yeah, Rugrats was another one that you could kind of like relate to it. Like if you had like a bunch of cousins around, or like if you grew up with like other kids around.
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember growing up, and like I was the oldest in my family. So
right.
like I would be like the ringleader of whatever we're doing. But on the flip side, I guess I was the Tommy Pickles, but then you had my cousin who she was legit the Angelica.
Oh, really?
She was the spoiled. She had my aunt and uncle get her everything, and she would literally try to make everyone take sides. It's either you're on my side or you're on Roly's side. But if you want to be
Mm.
on my side, like I'll give you pizza. Like I'll have like my mom
Oh,
order
she was
pizza.
a briber. She was a briber.
100%. And the funny thing is, my cousins, I remember they would be at their house, and he was a kid. He called me. He's just like, yeah. So they ordered pizza. Our sister's babysitting us, and she ordered pizza. And in order for us to get our slice, we have to say we hate Roly.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like, I'm not even there, bro. Like, why is that a thing? Like, yo, but it's like a rivalry thing between kids and stuff like that. We're little kids. We're fucking
Yeah,
stupid kids. But
for
I was just
sure.
when he called me and told me that, I was like, what? But again, I was just like, bro, I hope the pizza was good. When you come over here, we're good. We're jumping on Smash, bro. I don't care. Like, do what
Yeah,
you gotta do.
exactly.
That's stupid. I would never make like
So petty, so
kids
petty.
and girls, bro. That like little
Yeah,
girl crap. But anyways, back
yeah,
to Nickelodeon. But yeah, Rugrats was dope. Their movie was sick. I remember the soundtrack to the
yeah, I
movie was
remember.
dope. But then
That's right.
like you brought up Rocco's Modern Life.
Rocco's Modern Life was again, it was in the Ren and Stimpy era realm, and
Yes.
it came after, but it wasn't as disgusting, but it had, like, better for me,
It
it had better comedy.
better comedy, and it definitely had adult tones. It
It for
for
sure had
sure.
adult.
He worked at a sex line.
Yes,
Oh
I re yes,
baby, oh
baby,
baby,
oh,
oh
baby.
baby. Um, his
Like, in
neighbor,
the
the big heads, like I think
yeah.
the wife wanted to bang him. Like
Yeah, I think so.
she straight up wanted to bang
Yeah,
him.
for sure. She was like, "Oh, Rocco." Yeah,
But
I'll never
then
forget. I'm like,
I remember like she was like a tease, and if something did happen, it wasn't she the one like, "How dare you?" and like
"Oh,
smack the
yeah.
crap out of him or something.
Yes, yeah, yes, yes. I remember. I'll
And
never
then
forget that.
his do you remember what his dog's name was?
Oh, Spunky.
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 Yep.
Spunky. Yep, Spunky. Yeah, and there was some crazy,
And
crazy
his
episodes.
best friend was
Heffa.
Heifer.
Heifer. Heifer.
And
And
then
I found out as a kid, you don't know what heifer is, but actually that's
he's a
what you
cow.
call a cow. I
Yeah,
didn't
he's
know that. I
oh
thought
yeah,
and
no.
he's a cow, so
No, I mean, yeah, no,
and that's
they
okay.
say in the show
I
like
didn't know.
he has a family of cows.
Yeah, it's family of cows. Um, and then, of course, the turtle. Who could forget? What was the turtle's name? I forgot his name.
Filbert?
Filbert, yes.
Yeah,
And
oh,
they were
fish
like comic
sticks.
book
Oh,
shop.
fish
Yeah,
sticks.
fish
Oh,
stick.
fish sticks.
Yes. And he became like I think he was like he was like a one-off, and then I think he was everybody loved him. He wanted to becoming an occurring character.
Yeah.
Like I remember I always felt like he was like a one-off. He worked at the comic book store. He always landed on his back, and he couldn't get up.
Yep.
He just get stuck. We're like, oh, fish sticks.
Yeah.
So I mean,
So,
but
but
yeah, that was
Rock was
that.
Modern Life, and then I always found it weird. I don't know if you picked up on this. It has two theme songs. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, what do you mean?
So it has one that's very Australian, and it goes Rocco's Modern Life, and then it has a good beat to it. And then
Yeah,
there's another one that just has like a slower down beat. And it was after I think after one season they changed it, and it stayed that second one. I was like, why did they change it? Like the tone was like a happier, like fast paced beat on the first
yeah.
intro, and then went to this like slow down. I even want to say like off pace song,
I
but
didn't. You know, I guess I never noticed. I guess it was the same theme. I just never noticed that it was.
when Rocco's Modern Life came out, I really liked it. I like the art. I like the art of
Yeah,
Rocco. Like I used to try to
yeah,
draw him all the time. I was like, man, this is he's a cool looking cartoon. And then I just
yeah,
got obsessed with it. And that's what and the intro was so dope. And literally when it changed, I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay. So
yeah,
maybe I know sometimes they do that where like they'll try something that doesn't, but no, never came back. But if you stream it anywhere or if you see it somewhere, like if it's part of the first season, you have the original intro, and then
for sure.
anything after that. But I know go after Rocco, there were more like there was Cat Dog.
Yeah, there was a
You have
lot. I think.
Hey Arnold.
Hey Arnold, right there, and that's one of.
Yeah.
Look, you see that? That's one of my favorite soundtracks. Like I think that's. It was because of Hey Arnold that I think I love jazz because he liked jazz, and he always had that like killer room that I think
Oh
all
man,
of us 90s.
that's bro. Yeah,
That
I mean,
room.
don't get me
Tell
wrong.
me about that room.
I love the retro room. but
Yes.
having that skylight, that
In
setup
the
that he had,
city,
that open floor setup that he had, bro, the way
it
that
was it
we all
was
wanted that room.
bro, he was the coolest kid I knew growing up because and he had that couch that just went
That
and like
folded
came
in.
out of the wall. Oh my god, yo!
So
And
funny,
and he could go on the roof. You could like climb
yeah.
out and he could chill on the roof. I'm like, yo,
So funny
that's
takeaway I got from Rocco's Modern Life, and I didn't apply it till I was older. Was so Helga, right? That was the girl that I was
Helga.
obsessed with. Helga was
Yeah,
in love with him,
in
like
love with him,
in
but she was
love with
bullied
him,
him. But she bullied him too, and that
bullied
was around
him,
that time. That was around that
bro.
time. So, well, if they bullied you, it's probably because she likes you.
Right. And as a kid, as a boy, or especially where we grew up, we don't understand that logic. So
No,
when
definitely
I
not.
tell you in elementary school, there was this girl that made me feel lower than dirt. I'm talking about like she told me I was ugly, I would never get a girlfriend, I smell, and I'm just like, bro, like yo, leave me, like just don't talk to me, leave me alone.
Right.
And I hated this girl. I was like, bro, I never did anything to her. I don't know why the fuck she like hates me so much. We get to middle school, she just avoids me. She doesn't talk to me, but she just avoids me. Doesn't tell me those things anymore, which is cool. I'm good. As an adult, I guess on Instagram, I want to say a year into having Instagram, this
Yeah.
girl requests to follow me, and I'm just like,
But
it's the craziest thing. I'm in my 30s at this point.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm in my 30s, and seeing that request, clicking on the profile and seeing who it was, I was sent right back. Like I was just like, I got like scared. Like I was like all
A little
those
bit of
feelings that you
PTSD.
had. Yeah, I was like, oh man, what the hell? Why is this person like? Oh yeah. So then I go and I was like, all right, we're grown adults. Accept.
Yeah.
I accepted the follow. I started following her, and I see she's married, she has kids, beautiful kids and stuff like that. She likes all my stuff, and she like replies, she responds to all my stories. And I was like, you know what, bro, I'm gonna like tell this girl because like just to get out there. I sent her like a
Yeah.
long ass DM. Hey, like I'm glad that you're following me. I see your family is beautiful and stuff like that. I just want you to know that like when we were growing up, you destroyed my confidence as a kid. Like I thought I was the ugliest kid in the world, that no girl would ever go out with me, and like I was terrified of you. Like I just didn't want to be in a room with you because I didn't want you to draw any attention and tell people, like you would tell all the girls and stuff about me. And bro, she responded and was just like, I am so sorry. Like I was stupid. You know how girls are. She goes, the thing is, I liked you so much that I didn't know how to tell you, and the only thing that came to mind was to say those things to you because I didn't want you to go like another girl, go out with another girl. And I'm just like,
Wow.
are you fucking kidding me? All that trauma, yo, like I'm telling you, like I didn't have a high esteem. My esteem was like at mid level, and I was
Yeah.
best friends with like the good looking kid, like the Jonathan Taylor Thomas of my school was my best friend. He had the parted hair, the light eyes. Like
Yeah.
I was the ugly friend to the Jonathan Taylor Thomas
Right.
in
Right.
my eyes because of how this girl told, like she basically told me that. But anyways, literally I watch Hey Arnold and I think about the whole situation. I go, I had a fucking Hey Arnold moment.
Yeah.
Helga was this girl. She liked me, but she was literally like, she wouldn't beat my ass or punch me or anything like that. But she literally like made me feel like dirt and tell me all these things just because I guess she didn't know how to fucking work her feelings or tell me anything.
It's
That's
amazing how relatable that is to us because I mean that's what happens. How if it happens now, I don't know, but I know back then that's what happened. That's what if a girl picked on you or called you names, it's probably because she liked you.
yeah.
And whether you're gonna find that out now or like you did when you were
When you're in your
30s,
30s, it's like,
you're like,
yo, like, and you completely locked those memories away. And like, I was a confident
absolutely,
20 something year old, and I was, and then just being put back into that fucking 8-year-old shell of mine. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Why is, and then like you get like this little like not panic, but it's like this whatever you felt whenever you would see them, like, oh, please don't talk to me, please don't talk to me, please don't talk. Like
yeah.
that emotion came in. Anyways, enough of my childhood trauma and Nickelodeon relations, but
But it's good that you confronted her, and I think even if it's a girl bully that liked you and still a bully, you confronted it and you closed that chapter in your life. So
yeah.
that was good.
But
So
Nicktoons wise, I think after Hey Arnold and Cat Dog, I was out already because I was already like I just got to high school and I started
Yeah.
playing football, playing sports after school,
Yeah.
had a girlfriends, and like
Yeah.
I didn't have time to watch TV to like way late after high school. I didn't watch a lot of TV while I was in high school,
I
which is
don't think. Yeah,
crazy.
I think you look back on it because I was still playing with my friends outside, like
Yeah,
in our neighborhood, and it was more okay. Now we're getting older. Some of the girls in our neighborhood are getting a little,
growing.
growing, and we just weren't interested in those things anymore. And I think towards the later years, it was like Real Monsters. Remember that one? I think that was another.
Our Real Monsters came out with Rocco. I can't believe I forgot that one because I
Yeah,
used to think that Ickis was super dope. Like I would
yeah.
draw him on stuff all the time.
I remember.
Ickis,
Yeah. So our
Crumb
Real
was the
Monsters.
most disgusting fucking thing I
He
ever
was
saw.
gross.
He was
Yeah,
so
exactly.
gross.
Yeah, Our Real Monsters was another, like, again, great Nicktoons show.
What was it? I think Cat Dog was the last one. I think I saw a few episodes
That's what I
before I
remember. I
stopped.
think I think
And then
Cat Dog was
after
the last
that
one.
was the Angry Beavers.
Yeah, Angry Beavers.
I think Angry
Yeah, I
Beavers.
think.
Right when Angry Beavers came out, I was already like chopped out.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I think
that was it
that's
for
a.
me and the Nicktoons. And
Yeah,
again, there are other shows that we'll talk about because we can't talk about Nickelodeon without talking about like Hey Dude, Clarissa Explains It All, Welcome
exactly.
Freshman. So we will
Yeah,
touch up on those,
for
but for
sure.
right now, we're hitting up the Nicktoons.
Yeah,
And to end this to the last segment, we're gonna talk about their big boy. I think
yeah.
is where they kept their premium lineup, which is Snick.
Snick.
Saturday night
Saturday Night Nick.
Nickelodeon. Like it was like they were just like, all right, we're gonna come up with shows, and these shows are going to be our like before HBO had their like Sunday night lineup, Snick
Yeah,
was the thing. Like that was it.
that was it. That was it.
And man, I remember when they announced it, I was just like, okay, what are they gonna do? And I have a pretty good memory. I remember when it was like prime Snick, it was Alex Mack, The Secret World
Yeah,
of Alex Mack. Then it was all
all
that,
that.
all that,
Yeah.
which was our SNL.
Yes. I think that's how we got introduced to sketch comedy as kids.
Right. Oh, I was watching SNL since I was a kid. Like
See, I wasn't. I saw all that, and then later in life, I saw
I was watching
SNL.
SNL since I was like 8 years old because Saturday nights I didn't have a curfew. Like my mom was like, just go make
Stay
sure you
up.
go to sleep at some time.
Yeah, yeah,
But I would watch SNL all the time. But when I saw all that, I'm like, okay, this is literally a kid's like SNL.
yeah, for sure.
So after all that, if I'm not mistaken, it was Space Cases.
That's right.
And Space Cases drew a lot of attention because Walter Jones, Zach the Black Ranger, left Power
Yes.
Rangers. And then I saw a trailer for Space Cases for Snick. I'm just like, yo, the Black Ranger, Zach, it's gonna be on it. And then again, I made my own expectations because he was on it. I'm like, okay, he's gonna be kicking ass. He's gonna be in space, this and that.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. Snick was a little more friendly and stuff like that. And it wasn't a bad show. But we had Space Cases, and then the the creme de la creme, the
The
last
creme,
show,
the cherry on top.
man, was it a banger?
It was a bang, and every single episode. Are you afraid of the dark?
Are you afraid of the fucking dark, dude? Like, are you kidding me? How do you like? I remember watching this at night, and when this thing would start, it would. So on Saturday nights, I'll paint the picture for you. Saturday night in Miami, at my grandma's house, my grandma would have friends over every
Same with me,
Saturday,
my grandma's house,
and
because
they
my
would
grandma only
watch.
had cable.
Right. And my like I think all the parents of like my family would like they would go do stuff and we'd stay at
Right.
grandma's house. So all the cousins were there. My grandma was doing her own thing. Her friends were coming over watching Salvo Gigante, which is a
Mhm.
big show
Univision in here,
that
Miami. Yeah.
people would watch and stuff like that with
Yeah.
Salvo Gigante and Don Francisco and stuff like that. But all the kids would be we had a room in the back. The second Are You Afraid of Dark starts, we turn off the lights.
That's it.
Turn off the
That's how you
lights.
paint the pictures,
We get
and
our
we were in
blanket.
this.
We had a bunk bed in there in that room. So two of us would be on the top, the like three of us would be on the bottom, and we're just watching this show.
Yeah.
And we're just like, okay, we like make sure it's super dark, and we're just like, it was crazy. It was just like, yo, this is our horror show. Like it was so great. And then like the setup, a bunch of kids, a campfire,
Yeah.
submitted for the approval, the Midnight Society. You throw the
Yeah.
fucking sand, and then boom, there's the
Title.
title. And I'm just like,
I
yo,
I always want to know what the hell was in that sand. I want to, Mike, if you could look that up, I would like to know what the hell was in that sand that made it go.
but I'm just like, yo, this is great. The first night I saw that lineup, I was like, this is awesome. The Secret World of Alex Mack was just so like different, because it was a girl who got well, I mean, the story could have been pulled from several things. Waste got thrown onto her. She got
Yeah.
mutant abilities, and
Yep.
only like her best friend, I think her sister, knew about it. And she could like morph into water, move around. She could move things with her mind. I think
She
she
could
like
levitate
shot.
things.
Yeah, she could like shoot like laser out of her finger. And then the government was looking for her, or I think it was her dad's company. Her dad's
Yeah.
company is the one that made the stuff that made her superpowered or whatever.
It
So
reminds me of a lot like Daredevil.
I was about to
Or
say it's very Daredevil-esque, or like, okay, let's go ahead and take that from here. Let's get
yeah.
this from here. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Exactly.
no, Alex Mack was good. The space cases, it was Star Trek for kids. Like I said,
Yeah.
all that was 90s kids SNL. And
All right.
then Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, and Are You Afraid of the Dark? So he said, what was it that pull that up again? Mike, he said that the magic sand was made of I couldn't believe what it was. I missed it. It wasn't up long enough.
Gets
Here he
thrown
goes.
into a fire, dark powder, non-dairy creamer.
Who would have thought?
Non-dairy
Who would have?
creamer.
I would like to put that to a test, just like non-dairy creamer, and I go and just like have a.
Well, you are
Are You
having a
Afraid of the Dark?
barbecue tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, I should like just toss it in there.
Guys, we ran out of little lighter fluid. We have non-dairy creamer. All right, just throw it in
There
there.
we go. And I just start like telling a scary story.
Yeah. And man, I
You know?
remember like after Are You Afraid of the Dark was done, like we wanted to tell, like we wanted that vibe to keep going. So we either like try to tell our own scary stories, or like we like, oh,
And
let's find out.
It transitions to those books. Let's not forget those books.
Well, I was gonna ask, because we still got about like 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
Now I could get killed in the comments. I could get killed on social media for this, or whatever the case may be. Is I am a huge fan of art Goosebumps. I have several of the books there. I
Yeah.
had several of them growing up. Now, when they came out with the show, I was very excited, because I'm like, okay,
We all were.
this is literally gonna be Are You Afraid of the Dark, but through Goosebumps. It did not have the same effect to me. But here's two things. Here's two reasons why I think it didn't have the same effect. One, it was for primetime TV. It was on in the afternoon. So I believe the element of having the show on from 9:30 to 10 gave Are You Afraid of the Dark a a scenery kind of setting. So it kind of
sets you up.
puts you in the the mood to watch a scary situation, a scary show. Whereas to Goosebumps came on at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like right before Power Rangers or something like that. I was like, yo.
Right. Yeah.
And then you're getting these popular stories, like Night of the Living Dead and Welcome to Dead House and stuff like that.
Right.
And they're good. They're not bad, like page to screen adaptations, but it didn't have the same effect. I feel like it was better. They were better as books than as a show. And granted, there were some shows here and there that were a little bit more scary. But I guess also, since for most of us, if you read the story already, you know what's coming. Like
Exactly.
the anticipation isn't the same. Versus Are You Afraid of the Dark? We'd have no idea. I till this day remember there was an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark where they go into the fun house and the clown is haunting
the clown
them outside of the scary house, and they had to take back his nose so he would stop. I think it was his nose.
It was his nose.
They had to take back his
right.
They had to take back his nose and leave it there so he could stop haunting, because they would smell like cigars and stuff like that. Like if he was actually around them.
And let me tell you something. That clown, it's up there with it. I'm sorry.
No, dude, I remember that clown so vivid. Like right now, I have the perfect image of it.
If we could see that picture of the clown, hair, Mike, like
it's that clown. I'm telling you, I'm just like, yo, this clown is like, hell no, bro. I'm not messing with that clown.
It is
It
yo,
was
it is insane. Like it's crazy that how that clown was. Um, and there was a bunch of other ones. Like there was, I remember one where a guy couldn't fall asleep, where or otherwise people from the where I think he stole a bunch of treasure from these like pirates from the lake in his backyard.
yeah.
What
Are you
and
afraid
if
of the
he
dark?
fall,
Look at that thing.
yeah, look at that thing. I mean, come and that intro alone, just
Oh,
right there. That
bro, the intro was
the
so
intro,
creepy.
it was so yo, I'm like, yo,
He
where
had like
you
a
transporting me
dummy
right now?
side. There's like a dummy in like an attic sideways, just
Yeah.
swings in a park, just swinging by itself with the wind and like leaves. Like I'm like, yo, they set you up, man. Like you're just like I'm gonna shit my pants tonight.
Yeah, like for sure. And they wanted to. And it was like, no, we're gonna make this, scary for kids, and we're gonna make this and we're gonna make you think. So I mean, like there was one like I think it was one where it was like a dead girl in a room and they had to figure out why she was dead
Yeah,
and it
I
was like,
remember that one.
yo, oh my god. And I remember they always had a magician one. I'll never forget. And it was always the guy with the glasses who told the story about because he was a magician
Mhm.
and who told the story about a magician. I think a couple of episodes, or I think Tim Curry did a couple episodes uh, as guest appearances and stuff like that. So yeah, I
Yes.
mean, not to mention, I think Pete and Pete was on Snick. They put it a little bit on there, but that's like a whole other episode when we talk about those. Like Pete and
Yeah.
Pete is another show where we're just
P&P,
like,
Clarissa Explains It All. Like I said,
yeah,
those were like the other side of the teen shows where they were like scripted, well done shows. And then you have like the sports shows,
that's right,
Legend of the Hidden Temple, Double Dare, Wild and Crazy Kids. I think that's one we didn't talk about. Like
that's
before when we're
right,
talking off screen. Wild and Crazy Kids, another one. And crazy enough, from that show, Omar Gooding spawned, and he's
that's
had a
right,
crazy career, and he's
that's
Cuba
right,
Gooding Jr.'s brother.
that's right. I'll never forget. That's right, Omar Gooding. I think he was in what's that movie? Baby Boy. Was it Baby Boy? Omar Gooding with Tyrese.
I believe so. Maybe.
Yeah, it was Baby
I looked
that
it up.
gangster movie. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Omar Gooding. So
But
yeah,
but
but
yeah,
he
no.
started off as that.
Nickelodeon has so much nostalgia. Like I have the clock. It's you can barely see it, but it's up there. That boom clock up there, and
Nice.
like the fact that like we had it for X amount of time throughout the day. Like, all right, it's 2 o'clock. This is your prime time to watch it, and then that Saturday lineup. Boy, when it was
Yeah,
Saturday, man, you were locked in. You made sure you ran inside, and you had a TV locked down so you could watch those shows because that
yeah,
was our prime. Omar Gooding is the actor known for playing Sweet Pea. Yep, that was him.
yep. That was him for sure. And yeah, it was just since you watched, I'm sure you saw the documentary, and that's why they called it the Orange Years. I mean,
Yep.
this was these years were
And
Nickelodeon, and this is before Cartoon Network even like Cartoon Network was there,
yeah,
but Nickelodeon was top tier for
well,
us. Like it was it.
for us, we lived in Miami, and they
Yeah.
had their base studio in Orlando.
Oh yeah, and who didn't want to get slimed?
Yeah, I went there twice as a kid. I believe once was with both my parents, and then one time my dad. I told you earlier, my dad took me and my stepbrothers on a weekend that I was up there by myself, and then I had that whole story that I told you, which we'll leave for another day.
Yeah.
But that place was just awesome, and just the it's crazy that like you could walk there, see the studio, and you could see all the shows. And I could tell you exactly how it was. Like they had Guts on like one of the stages. Double Dare was like right over here. And when I went to go see it, they were just building Legends of the Hidden Temple. Like they had just built
So it hadn't just
Compact.
come out yet. It hadn't just come out. I mean, Legend in the Temple was. I saw this thing. I'm like, this thing is incredibly hard. Except for me, I'm like, how could they not put that 3-piece monkey together?
Yeah.
Like I never.
Yeah.
The big bass in the bottom, and I just see them struggling. I'm like, what is going on with you guys? Like, I never got it, but yeah, again, these were shows that you just wanted to be on, and I think that's what they made it for. I
Yeah.
think that's why they had their base in Orlando because every kids went to Orlando. It was like, I want to go to see if
Well,
they can get
yeah,
on.
Universal Studios, and it was an easy way to get like participants in like those shows and stuff like that. It's like, oh, you're here for a vacation. Does your kid want to be on TV and test
Yeah,
its physical attributes? So,
there you go. Yeah, I mean,
but yeah,
and who could forget that orange couch on Snick? Huh?
Yeah, that orange
I think
couch, like, I
I think
remember
if you could afford it, it'd probably be in your room.
that I was there it is.
There's Nickelodeon Studios.
That's
That's it right
exactly
there.
the spot. Man,
And
that thing is crazy. And
and then with
if
the have you seen it now? It
yeah, yeah,
looks
yeah,
like
I've seen the
dead.
images
It's
now.
dead.
It's like a an
That's what
office building.
it's an office building for the Universal Studio people. I'm like, that's just dead.
They did a time capsule with a bunch of like 90s like relics with
I
some
remember
90s
that.
people there, and they put a bunch of stuff in it. And then when they moved studios from Orlando to California, they took it out the ground and took it over there. I believe it's supposed to be open in 2042, if I'm not mistaken, or
All right.
2045, something like
No,
that.
we're closer
So
to that than we are to the 90s. So
the crazy thing is, I'm almost certain most of the things are in there. I probably have in this retro room,
I'm
like
sure. I'm sure.
gaming stuff, Walkmans, tapes, and stuff like that. Like it's funny, like most of us are building our own time capsules now.
Yeah, and that's another episode I think when we talk about our millennial man caves.
Yeah,
Like that'll be another episode. I think
yeah,
you just have to tune in for that one.
yeah.
But yeah, I think if you can get that orange Snick couch for your retro room, that
So
would be
I've dabbled in looking at stuff like that, and there are people who actually have similar couches, and basically, the official ones, like people have those things like in their houses, and they paid upwards of like 5 grand for these things. So when I was
so
looking for the couch,
there was multiple couches, multiple
I
Snick
believe they said
couches.
it's like 5 or 6 of them.
Okay.
But when I was looking for the retro room for a couch, I wasn't looking for an orange. All right, so yes, I was looking for an orange one, but I to find an orange one of that like that orangeness, I knew
Yeah.
I was gonna find it. So I
Mm.
was just looking for one that kind of resembled it, had like the outline of it, and then maybe I could like dye it or something like that. Like I remember when I was doing the sketchings for my friend to do like my logo for like the Rolly's retro room stuff.
Mhm.
I told her, I go, look, I want like the background to be like my cabinets with like toys on it, on Nintendo, all this stuff like that. And I go in the middle, I wanted to have the orange couch from Snick. And I literally copied, pasted, put it on there, gave her a very rough draft. And I was just like, the Snick couch has to be part of my logo. But we ended up having some issues and we couldn't make the logo or whatever. And I ended up making the logo through another means. But yeah, that Snick couch is embedded in my brain as to like my nostalgia.
For sure. For
But
sure. Like we'll never forget the Snick couch.
yeah.
So
But yeah, man, that was a little dive into the Nickelodeon. We had
the orange years.
the three yeah, the three eras. We had the Nick Jr. Then you got basically the midday, which is for like the outside of preschool, and then some of the teenage stuff, and then you got Nicktoons, and then Snick. To this day,
Yeah.
I mean, again, we kids these days have everything whenever they want. So there's nothing to look forward to unless like a show that you're watching is gonna have like new episodes or they're
Yeah.
dropping a
I mean,
season or something like that. But even then, there's no way anyone of any generation after ours would know. Look at that couch.
look
Look
at
at
that
that thing.
couch.
There's no way anyone could tell you like, oh man, like what it was like. The closest thing we have that we could say is like an HBO lineup on Sundays. I remember
Yeah.
as an adult, like I would have friends over when I worked at Best Buy, and like, yo, we're watching the Sunday lineup. And it was like True Blood, Entourage, a show
The
called
Sopranos
Hung,
when I was off.
and
Yeah.
Sopranos, bro. Like, and that was an adult Snick. That was literally
Yeah.
the adult Snick.
For sure. I think it prepared us for like, okay, this is like our next Snick and
Premium
it would
premium content.
yeah.
Like a channel could have shows, but they're like, okay, we're gonna have a lineup of premium content at this time. Who knows? Maybe I was just so out of it because I was a kid. Maybe HBO or like these other channels did have a Saturday night lineup that I just wasn't paying attention because my focus was Snick.
Yeah, same. For sure. I mean, I think that was everybody focused. And not to mention, we didn't have TiVo. We didn't have, and if you missed it, you missed it. That
Yeah,
was it. That was
yeah.
it.
If you
And
didn't
you had to
record
make
it,
sure, and you had to make sure you had cable. My parents didn't have cable. I was like, please, I need to sleep over grandma's house. I need to watch Nick. Just send me over there. And they're like, oh, okay. And they're like, free night, no problem. And
yeah,
I go
exactly.
I go, please just send me over. I need to watch. And she had cable, and that's how I watched it. And that's how I got into it. So it was crazy. It really was. It was a crazy time. And it's like, now kids are watching YouTube, which is
Netflix,
what this is going to be on.
Everything.
That's it. Shorts. They're like, their attention span is like it's like short. I'm like, yeah, so that's how it is nowadays. So
but yeah, again, I wouldn't trade our childhood for anybody else's. We were in the sweet spot of possibly the greatest childhood, content wise, toy wise, technology wise. Everything was just like probably peak during that time. But
for sure.
With that being said, my friend, it has been an absolute pleasure talking.
Yes, sir.
Nickelodeon with you. And again, for everybody out there, if you are a 90s, 80s baby, you are into retro, this is the spot for you. This is where you come to hit back and relax and just remember the good times. Remember, there was nothing recorded. Things were live. You went on.
They're happening in the moment.
Maybe you had a VCR and you were recording these things. Like I would record a bunch of stuff back in the day. My grandma showed me how to record stuff because she would want to watch her soap operas. But thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. This is Roly's Retro Room. I am Roly. That is Tony. We are the host here, and we are down to have these conversations with you guys every week. So with that being said,
later.